My name is Kiera Lentz, and this is my presentation on the social construction of gender and why gender rules are commonly followed. Throughout this, I'm going to be going through an introduction, why gender rules are followed, gender across different cultures, gender throughout history, intersectionality in gender, challenging gender norms, and encouraging empathy. A quote I found really interesting from the book was, "We sometimes follow gender rules because others can make doing otherwise uncomfortable, even dangerous." What is gender? Gender refers to the roles, behaviors, activities, and expectations society considers appropriate for men, women, and other gender identities. It's a set of ideas and practices that may vary based on cultural and historical contexts. Gender is a social construct and culturally specific. Sex refers to the biological attributes, and understanding gender allows us to challenge inequity and promote inclusivity. Why are gender rules followed? From a young age, children are taught to conform through media, family, and education. Conforming to the gender rules is often rewarded with acceptance, while nonconformity can lead to discrimination. For example, many boys are encouraged to play sports or join different sporting leagues, while girls play with dolls, and women are often expected to take on caregiving roles in the family. Gender across cultures. Colonial powers often impose binary gender frameworks that erase local gender diversities, and the exposure to different diverse cultures across the world is a way to challenge gender norms worldwide. In many indigenous cultures, a third and fourth gender is recognized, collectively described as two-spirit. And in India, Hijra is someone who has transitioned from male to female, but they often feel like they culturally belong to a different section of society because their soul is different. Gender through history. Throughout history, gender norms have shifted and are often influenced by different historical events and cultural transformations. Examining the changes draws attention to the dependence of societal needs and values. During World War II, women entered the workforce in large numbers, and the 20th century feminist movement fought for women's rights and reshaped societal expectations for both men and women. In ancient Greece, Spartan women had more freedom, and Athenian women had less freedom in comparison, and the Victorian era often is thought of as one of the emphasizing factors for domestic roles being placed on women and public roles being placed on men. Intersectionality and gender. Intersectionality is the examination of how social identities overlap and change experiences of privilege and oppression. Gender norms often intersect with other factors such as race and economic status, and this creates different diverse living experiences. Black women often face unique challenges due to the intersection of racism and sexism, and LGBTQ+ individuals may experience different levels of acceptance based on where they live and their race. Challenging gender norms. This allows, by challenging gender norms that feel restrictive, this allows individuals to express themselves in an authentic manner, and breaking down stereotypes leads to the greater inclusivity and equality within today's society. There's lots of challenges that we still have to overcome, but progress has been made. There are many examples of policies that support gender-neutral bathrooms and languages across the country and even other countries, and there has been an increase in genderqueer and non-binary individuals in the media and in politics. Encouraging empathy. Empathy is the ability to sense other people's emotions or experiences and relate to them, or feel like you can relate to them. I am a feminine-presenting woman, however, I am non-binary. I use she/they pronouns, but I still feel like because of the way I look, my pronouns are often just reduced to she/her. These are still technically correct pronouns for me, but I sometimes feel like my identity is ignored even by my close friends and family. I think that encouraging and offering more learning opportunities about people who are non-binary can help foster a more accepting and inclusive society for non-binary individuals such as myself. Gender is a socially constructed system of ideas and practices that varies across different cultures and historical eras, and is heavily institutionalized by schools, governments, and the media. It's crucial to understand gender in order to foster inclusivity. Understanding how gender is constructed can help society evaluate why we follow different gender rules, and by challenging gender norms, we can create space for diverse gender expression. And then I had 2 questions to reflect on. What is a time in your life where you have challenged gender norms in your own life, and how can we continue to challenge or redefine gender norms in our own lives and communities? And then another one, are there any gender norms that you see in your life today that may look different in different cultures or historical periods? How have historical events shaped current expectations of gender? And then there are my sources. But thank you for listening.